Did you hear the latest about Uber? Yes, I'm talking about one of my favorite stocks so far in the US stock markets. A few days ago or a few weeks ago, I made a video about this particular stock that I picked so much interest on. I'm talking about Uber stocks. Yes, Uber. And when I made that video, Uber was trading between $59 to $60 per unit. But as of today, especially with the latest news in the markets of NVIDIA adding Uber as one of its autonomous driving partners, making Uber a demand aggregator in the supply chain. Of course, I said this before, lots of partnerships are opened up to Uber just because Uber has built a sustainable and powerful network that other companies, especially competitors, can leverage on to penetrate the market. So what's actually the importance or what's actually the benefits of competing against someone who had already built the ecosystem? I mean, built their leadership in the ecosystem. Uber has the system. They have built this system over the years, and it will really be a nice one for most of these companies to rather partner with them, to partner with its network or technology in order to also benefit from the market. You know, this particular news that I just talked about, I mean, talking about NVIDIA adding Uber as one of its autonomous driving partners, really shot Uber stocks yesterday up to 5.1%. Of course, before now, Uber was trading as high as about $99 per unit. And all of a sudden, the European legal issues, the competitor or threats of competition from Tesla and also from Google really made the stock price to down. Yes, the stock price pulled down, and the thing have really sustained its stock price for a very long time now. But of course, as I said in that my video, Uber is a great stock, a stock that everyone should be looking at now. Fantastic business model, fantastic leadership in the field of transportation and other services that Uber render. Of course, a company that has a market capitalization of more than $160 billion, price to earning ratio of 15.81, net income of $10 billion, revenue of $52.02 billion, and a beta of 1.57, and with a share float of 1.98 billion. I'm talking about a great company here. Of course, this is just the beginning, like what I said in that my video when I was talking about the reasons why I will keep on buying Uber. Remember what I said in that video, that if you are a short-term investor, I think you should stay far from Uber. That the price stock or that the share price have appreciated just these few days does not mean that we are not going to be having ups and downs. Yes, we are going to be having ups and downs in the short term. But in the long term, I must tell you, this is a great stock to consider, especially if you are a growth investor. Yes, Uber is one of those stocks that you should be looking at right now. So now you must know that it's not only NVIDIA that is partnering with Uber at this moment. We have great companies like Waymo, AV Ride, Zoox, WeRide, and Nissan, amongst other companies. Then what is this particular company, Uber? What are they really into? Yes, what are they really into? So because if you're a follower or a key follower in this channel, I have always talked about starting small and staying consistent. Stock market is not a get rich quick syndrome. It's not something that you can just put your money and then overnight you become a billionaire. Of course, it happens to some people, but that is just by chance. So I can say that is just by chance because it doesn't really happen every time. If we want to convert it to percentage, we should be talking about 0.001% of people that benefit from the stock market like this. Maybe I can call it luck, but most times it's not like that. So the stock market is actually something that I believe that one can use to build massive wealth for themselves, starting small, staying consistent, and maintaining a long-term goal. That is the only way you can benefit from the market. So that Uber today jumped more than 5% yesterday does not mean it may continue jumping up. Sometimes it can pull back, then go up again and pull back. That is it. But I must tell you, stock market rewards patience, and patience has to do with people that are ready to play the long term, people that are ready to wait, let's say 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, as the case may be. So it's not a get rich quick syndrome. So what is this Uber really into? So Uber is into ride hailing, that is transportation, transporting passengers from one place to another. They are into Uber Eats. Yes, they are also into Uber Eats, delivering food or matching hungry people with people that sells food. So that is another services that Uber delivers. The next one is Uber Freight, that is matching shippers with customers, with clients that want to ship things to a distance or wherever. So Uber is also into freight. They are not only into transportation, I mean ride hailing or shared driving. They are also into Uber freight. And of course, Uber is also into health. Yes, they transport health materials from one point to another. So they are also interested in the health care supply chain. So that is part of the services that Uber renders. And also, of lately, Uber is also considering moving into autonomous electric vehicles. That is, producing their own electric vehicles. I think this is one of their strategic, sustainable plans in the future. Because, of course, everybody is going into EV vehicles right now, and Uber cannot be left alone. So they have to be strategic in making sure that they transition from normal vehicles to electric vehicles. And Uber is not leaving that to chance. They're also considering investing heavily into autonomous electric vehicles. So the question now will be, are you encouraging me to start buying Uber now that the price is around $77.79? My answer is also yes and no. Yes, that was what I said in the other video, and I'm repeating myself right now. And remember, in the other video, I said that Uber was selling as low as $59 to $60 per unit. But right now, Uber is selling at about $77 right now. So my answer is still yes and no. So it's going to be a yes if you are considering long term, if you are considering buying Uber stocks in the long term with this great business model, and also this their recent strategic attitude of diversifying, partnering with most of the people that naturally would have become their competitors in the industry. Uber is directly partnering with them. So what it means is that they are indirectly eliminating every form of competition in the field, leaving just very few. And also, if you consider the kind of network or platform they have built over the years, they have really built this technology, they have built this platform. And I can categorically tell you that Uber right now is one of the people that will be difficult to beat in their own game, because they have been in this business for a long time. So my answer is yes in the long term, because of all these things. Great market capitalization of $160 billion. That is fair. And also great price to earning ratio of 15.81. So that is also wonderful. And if you look at their revenue, they are floating a revenue of $52.02 billion. So that is to tell you that the fundamentals of the company is still very great. They are doing absolutely amazing. They are doing amazing. But of course, there are some kinds of traits that you can also see, mostly in the short term. I'm talking about the Lego case that they are experiencing in Europe. I'm talking about great competitors or people that I may consider as strong competitors like coming from Elon Musk, Tesla, and also coming from Google. So these are, short-term things to consider, especially if you are thinking about buying Uber right now. So, but if you are someone that want to keep Uber in the long term, of course, that is a great company. It will be very difficult for these companies to just beat Uber. It's just that it's going to have some kinds of short-term challenges. But in the long run, I'm very, very confident that Uber will come out of all these challenges. So now, the second response is my answer is no. If you are considering to buy Uber in the short term, yes, for me, I'm talking about myself. Please don't take this as an investment advice. Always do your due diligence because I'm just sharing with you what I'm doing with Uber stocks at the moment. This is not a financial advice. If you need a financial advice, then go get one for yourself. But I'm just sharing with you what I'm doing right now with my own portfolio, with my own investment strategy. So back to what I'm saying. So if you are buying in the short term, then my answer is a kind of no because Uber is really having this kind of challenges I just mentioned right now. I'm talking about challenges from the legal battle in Europe. I'm talking about challenges from somebody like Elon Musk, that's Tesla. I'm talking about challenges from Google. All these things are challenges that Uber is going to deal with in the short term. But I'm very, very confident that they will come out of it. Yes, they will come out of it stronger and better, especially with all these partnerships that are actually going around. So Uber is one of the company stocks that I will keep on buying right now. I'm going to be buying them. I'm going to be buying more of it because I'm seeing potentials in the long term. So that is it for Uber. So don't forget that this is Invest with Chikwesere. Here in this YouTube platform, I share smart investment ideas using investment tools and platforms like the stock market, real estate, treasury bills, bonds, mutual funds, and others. So you cannot afford not to always join me every Wednesday for new videos that will help to make your financial life a great one. So if you are seeing my video for the first time, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and also tell me what you think about this particular video in the comment section so that we can have that robust interaction. I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.